Hi, fam. Oh my God, it feels so good to connect with you. And for all you new people that are now my extended family, welcome. You are so much wanted here. I'm so glad you found me. I'm Nicole Coleman, your HEYOKA empath, and I'm here to serve you with any insight I have about anything that you need or the downloads that I get daily. Now, I have to tell everybody something. Okay, so the most exciting thing happened. I did a podcast recently with this fabulous girl. Her podcast is called Find Joy with Joyanne, and we got to talking, and we're going to hold a release your shit house party, New Year's bash. And so I'm gonna put the link down below. And of course, I'll be there to answer any insight, but mostly we're gonna have a lot of fun and mostly leave the shit behind. Like any shit you've got to release, you seriously need to come. And then of course, if I can serve you in any way whatsoever, and I always make sure I can, then I will be giving you most likely little nuggets that you really need to hear just to complete you so that you can soar. Now, this has to do with what I'd like to talk about today. We're getting ready to go to 2022. Now, it's interesting how every year once it's passed, we can't wait for it to pass, but I feel that 2022 will be a year that will give us a rebirth. Why? Because 2021 was extremely toxic, and it was really great that it was that way because it's a rebalancer. Because COVID, forcing us to be isolated, made all our toxicity and buried gunk surface. In being forced to be still, we also got to be calm enough not to let the hecticness of our life and the craziness set our priorities. And we were able to discern for the first time maybe between energies that were harmful, caustic, toxic, and energies that were pleasing and matching our now very relaxed way of being. And so our ability to discern and now elevate our energy into a new calm way of being as normal, not the conditioned hectic as normal, we are in a much better place. And so that enabled us to wake up to what serves us and what does not serve us. And it's also waking up the whole world. The whole world is waking up to what doesn't feel right and what does feel right. Personally, globally, they're just having a stronger voice because it comes from a calm place. And so I just wanted to just speak really briefly. Yeah, right. I'll do my best. A lot of you are getting ready to cut off or detach from people and family by title alone only because the love is not there. Those type of people. And there's a bit of residue, there's a bit of sadness. But I want you to understand, and I'm here to empower your next move. I want you to understand the second that you stay up for the last sleepless night, thinking about your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your best friend, your boss, or whatever, thinking how much toil it's taken on your soul and how much you fight yourself just to 24/7 explaining to them in your head, trying to go from different angles, trying to intercept what their comeback is, and then trying to redo it so that they're not threatened, and just going over and over and over and over, and that's your whole day. And you finally can't sleep, and you sit up and you write a long bitch-ass letter or a long email, and then you decide that's it. That's it. And when you do it correctly, once you really do that, you'll be able to sleep. Because it's not about saying to your friends and everybody, I'm letting them go, I'm letting them. It's about that silent code of ethics that you have within your soul. And it does not need words. It's a decision and it's a switch. And once that happens, you're going to realize the next day when it releases all this great energy, because you know your heart doesn't have to anticipate and protect and fight its right to be by explaining yourself and just, even though you're explaining yourself and you're trying to stand up for yourself, it dwindles away and you end up feeling small and doubtful and this and that overspills to your life. And you wonder why you're depressed and you're now with a shrink. You wonder why? Because when you just left someone who breadcrumbed you, or you're used to a mother and dad who's done that always, maybe they buy a lot of things, but time is not there. Or if time's there, emotions are not there. They're too insensitive, or they just don't understand and they don't want to make an effort to understand for whatever reason. At that point, you're going to have a way of looking at life. And worse than that, you're going to have a way of looking at yourself. And no one's going to be able to help you with that. You can spew out your shit, but you're going to need to know these dynamics in order to just be able to have it let go of you. And so after you do this the next day, you're going to realize and be very adamant about, that's why I feel so unstable in my life. My foundation is worse shit. It's like quicksand. And I am not going to build my castle with cracked bricks that have chips in them, bricks that are lopsided. I am not building that kind of foundation. I'm going to build my throne on golden bricks that are solid and perfectly made. So there's no cracks, there's no leaks. So the foundation isn't shaky and it's sturdy and it can withhold everything in your life. The foundation you surround yourself with, which is within you, to the point that that is sturdy, is to the point of what you'll attract in terms of relationships, career, and life, and how your life receives you. And once you lay the old self down, the one that felt small and doubtful, and all these things, that their interaction affected you. It's not about blaming them. They can't do more than they can do. They can make an effort, but they don't want to. They don't feel they need to. So there's no point saying it's their fault or there. That doesn't get you the result. It's just, this is what it is. Interaction causes intense pain. Once you lay down the old self that tolerated it, accepted it, and you let that go, you're going to turn into a superhero. Of course you are. Because you tolerated so much shit. Do you know how strong your endurance is at this point? You're a super being. You just are. Not only that, you can intuit people's pain. You know where their fragile spots are. You know how to catch them. You're like this invisible bodyguard around them. And that is the most valuable thing that you can be for someone you love and for someone you care. And you just need to understand that when you're loved, you become softer. When you're not, you become harder. So you evaluate and take a good look at yourself, what people say about you, your approach, and you'll know if you're loved or if you're not. If anybody has a personal question, they can't wait till our New Year's bash, which is December 31st, and all the details will be down below. I am now going to be on Wisio, which is a real cool platform where I can leave you a personalized short video just to answer your question. So if you want that, just check the link down below, and let's make 2022 really something magical. Let's do that.